Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I trust you're having a very wonderful day. In today's class, we'll be looking at network security and communication. We are still in the series of security domains, and we've looked at several of the security domains. We are still in the first four. We look at the first one, which is security and risk management. The second one is asset security. The third one is security architecture and engineering. And today we are looking at network security and communication. Remember, the domains in cybersecurity talks about the different aspects of cybersecurity, and someone who is certified in information security should have a very deep knowledge about these 8 domains of cybersecurity. So let's start off with network security and communication. Basically, this domain focuses on protecting data as it travels through networks. One thing you should understand is for there to be effective communication, there has to be a network, because communication can only be done via a network. Just like as I'm communicating with you, I'm communicating via a network. A network must be available for there to be communication. So if communication has to follow the security standards, which is CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability, it means that the network must be protected and be safe, and the information that passes through the network must also be safe. And that's what we're looking at today, that how do we protect the information or data that passes through a network. So the data that passes through a network must be safe, because network is very important. I can give an example at the beginning. As I'm communicating to you, I'm communicating via a network. Remember, a network can be internal network, like a local area network, or a wide area network, which is a wide area. And basically you could have a network across cities, across continents, and networks could be in different forms. Obviously, you could have a network via cables. Maybe in your home you want to have a local network where you could connect your printer to your laptop or your whatever device you're using, maybe monitor and CPU. So if you want to print, you can, in your own network, you could just plug in your cable device to the printer, then you send it for printing. That's a network, all right? That's a very close example of a network. Or you could decide, you want to connect to the internet. You could use a wireless network, a Wi-Fi, connect to a Wi-Fi through maybe whatever it is. You could even connect with the modem to the internet. So these are all different forms of network. So there has to be a network for there to be communication between a computer and the server, or between two people, really. So let's look at it this way. For communication to happen between two people, let's call one person, let's give a name of a person. Let's call somebody Cynthia, and let's call the guy David. Let's say David and Cynthia want to have a conversation, and David and Cynthia are close friends, all lovers. Basically, they want to have a conversation that is secure, that is confidential. They don't want a third party involved. Rather, they want someone to eavesdrop what they are saying, what they are discussing about. So they have to choose the means by which they communicate. We'll talk about some of these things. That's what they call a protocol. The protocol talks about the set of agreed rules on how communication is done, and they have to choose the mode of communication, whether it's going to be via SMS, via WhatsApp, via voice over the internet call, or whether normal call, whatever it is. So basically, the whole essence is you have to have confidentiality, and I want to make sure that what I'm telling, what David is telling Cynthia is what she's hearing, that there is integrity of the information, and obviously availability. It's available anytime she needs to kind of go back to it. So this domain focus on protecting data. So remember, Basically, we could also compare communication via a network today. Let's imagine the old system where you have to deliver a mail to someone. Now remember that in the delivering the mail, you could have a physical envelope where the mail parcel is, and you're given a particular address to go and deliver the mail. So, for you to effectively deliver the mail, there has to be a form of movement via network. You have to go from your present location, then you move to the location of the person or the address of the person. So, on route this destination, there could be several things happening. Someone could hear that you are coming to deliver a parcel and could say, oh, it's going to block you on the way to harass you or whatever it is. Now, so it means delivering the parcel, you must ensure that you are delivering it accurately, and you're also delivering the right parcel, number one. Number two, you're also delivering it without any hindrance. So in case someone comes to attack, you might do so by defending yourself, and if they overpower you, the person can just open the mail and feel, oh, what's in this mail? It's nothing important, and leave it for you. Now you're still going to deliver that mail, but remember it has lost confidentiality because someone else has seen what's the content of the mail, which shouldn't be. Next is the fact that you could still have integrity of the mail because it has actually delivered the right mail, or someone else could just pick up the mail, tear it, rewrite the mail, and deliver some disguise as somebody else and deliver the mail, yeah, to the right person. So you can see that the mail has lost integrity because that's not the original mail that's supposed to be delivered. So it's very important that we know once a mail is supposed to be delivered over a network, there will be some guys, we call them the bad guys, the threat actors, that want to make sure the mail is not properly delivered by probably attacking, eavesdropping, or doing whatever it is to split up the receiver from receiving the email. So this is email. So this is what we think of when we talk about communication. Communication has to be protected in a network, has to be protected so that it can also follow the CIA triad. I believe we have an understanding of what I'm talking about already. So remember, you are protecting against traffic accidents, which we call data breaches, theft, data interception, and vandalism network attacks. Let's look at now the key concepts in network security. Some of the key concepts include network topologies, network protocols, network devices, and network segmentation, and others. So we need to understand basic things. When we talk about network topologies, we're looking at arrangement of nodes. So yeah, we'll get to this deeper part. So the best way to understand a node is simple. Remember when you are connecting devices in a network, you can connect them through a wire, like just wire to wire. Even as simple as a charger to your phone is, you're networking it, you cannot connect it directly, right? Or a printer to the or USB to the phone, to the system, whatever it is, just connect, right? Good. Now, but nevertheless, if you are connecting something via wireless connection, it has to connect to an access point. So the access point now consists of nodes. That's where we'll talk about that more in networking and the next topic of networking. So nodes, when arrangement of nodes is what we call the topology. The topology is just like arrangement of these nodes based on different ways, maybe star, bus, ring, whatever it is. Then network protocol. So protocol is like the normal protocol officer. When you say protocol officer, someone that directs traffic, that directs protocol people, right? Good. So network protocols talks about how the direction of how a network or data flows. So it has to be an agreed time between the receiver and the sender. So if there has to be a communication, there has to be an agreement between both parties on how communication will be done. So that is how protocol works like. So like it determines the direction of how the data will move, the protocol. So like a protocol officer say, hey guy, go like this, go like this, go like this. So that's how protocol really is. So we'll look at that deeper later. And in protocol, if you imagine you are sending, maybe you are actually you want to connect to the internet, you could use a protocol HTTPS. For those ones that are familiar with software web development, you understand that HTTPS is hypertext transfer protocol. So we are trying to transfer a text over the web, so hypertext transfer protocol. So it's more like a transfer protocol, and then that secures communication between the server and your basic computer or your device or your laptop or your phone. And then the place of security comes when you have HTTPS. So that S stands for secure. That means what you are saying is the information that is going through your phone to the server to the internet is actually secure. And that's why as a standard now, modern browsers like Chrome, once you don't have security on your browser like HTTPS, if it's just HTTP, it will warn you that this site you're coming to doesn't have S for secure. So don't put sensitive information like your credit card and other sensitive information because it can be hijacked by threat actors and by the bad guys. So this S is for security. You could have another very simple protocol called SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. That one is to transfer mail from one, in your phone. You're transferring the mail from my phone over the internet to someone else to receive it. So it's going through a protocol also, which is a simple mail transfer protocol. So that is really about protocol. Then network devices. Okay, well, network devices are very important. Devices that helps to connect networks and then also to block bad guys from accessing network. Like to connect network, we use switches to connect the network to each other. Then the idea is to be to defend the network against the bad guys, against the threat actors and all those kind of things. Whereas firewalls is checking like a customer observer, hey, what's coming into our country, what's going out of the country. So it's the firewall is kind of checking what's coming out, what's going in, what's coming out, and that's how it is. Network segmentation talks about you dividing the network into several segments so that there are different isolated segments of the network. It's just to be security conscious really, because if one network is attacked, it means that the attack won't just flow through easily. Once you understand where it's attacked, you can isolate it easily. You can just quarantine it. So that's why network segmentation is cool. So we talk about security technologies, we talked about firewalls, we talked about IDS, we talked about. So VPN is more like you have a secure tunnel to encrypt network traffic, and what it does really is it tries to send a copy, create a copy of the original document. So if this document, our server, our network, so what the VPN will do is to carry a copy of it and take it through a secure tunnel. The essence is, in case there is an attack, you are not attacking the real network, you are attacking a virtual network. So no matter what happens, it doesn't affect the real network, because the virtual network takes a copy of the data and is sending it through a secure tunnel. Then we can also look at wireless security. It's very important that security networks are protected against easy access by unauthorized people. Remember, a password is a way to block someone who doesn't naturally have access to gain access. So with a password, there's a kind of a blockage. Hey, if you don't know the password to this, don't come in. So with a password, like if you put a password on your hotspot, so that in case you share Wi-Fi, people that only have a password can connect. And in communication security, it's always important that communication is run over a very secure way. And that's where you have the TLS or SSL certificate. So SSL certificate is to ensure SSL is more like a secure circuit layer to ensure that the security between the communication devices and the communication is not being disrupted by somebody else. Email security, there are many ways you can protect emails. Like you could have some spam blockers. Those spams are just generic tests that they can use to overload your system sometimes. So just sometimes it could just send you so many spams and to overload your system and you don't bring it down. Phishing attacks, we discussed that before. So somebody is trying to trick you into clicking a link that will just redirect you to their own site where they could cause harm for you. Then we talk about malware. Malware is more like a malicious software with original intention to create harm in your system. It might come as innocuous, can come very simple, like it doesn't do anything harmful. But when it gets into the system, to get there and create havoc. So basically, you could have collaboration tools like video conferencing tools, instant messaging tools. You have to be protected too, because imagine you are having a live network conversation over a network conversation. So there has to be tools to protect them also, so that one, the information is not hijacked. It should be encrypted. That's why most times you see even from WhatsApp, you see the right end-to-end encryption. That means the messages that is being sent across the two people doesn't have a third party involved. Neither WhatsApp or any of the organization could even hear what's going on. So that's being security conscious. Network attacks are very common. Some of the common ones are DOS, denial of service. So it basically means you are denying the authorized person service to the information. So if I'm the authorized person, I want to access my information, I'm being denied. Why? Because some bad guys, the threat actors, are overloading the server with so much resources that it cannot even give the right person availability to the right resource. Managing individual attack is very powerful. That's when an attacker stays in between two people that are communicating and disguises. So that's why it's very important that organizations use a secure tunnel to be able to send messages. Because imagine video attack, somebody could intercept, receive the message for this person, and send another message to this person. So that's how managing video attack works. It stays in between the two people. Then it hears what this person says. You can now decide if you want to send the same thing to this person or edit it and send another thing to this person. Video attack can also work when the person tries to steal important information. So the person is browsing the internet, want to pay some stuff, as he's trying to pay, someone between him and the company, somebody comes in, he collects the credit card details, pays even overpays and buys something else, and the money or the goods are sent to him. So man-in-the-middle attack is very powerful. That's why it's important to use secure tunnels, secure information standards, and follow your organization's procedures to ensure secure communications, internal communication and external communication. Malwares are malicious software that can spread across network very easily, like a virus, and cause harm. Phishing attacks trick users in revealing sensitive information, while social engineering the most powerful in the 21st century, where people are manipulated to perform actions or divulging confidential information. So people could be deceived to reveal sensitive information. Yeah, oh, hello, good afternoon. I'm from MTN customer service, and we observe that your network is having. Or the most common could be, hello, good afternoon. We're from UBA Bank, and your credit card, your ATM machine is about to expire. Your ATM card is about to expire. Please, let us help you activate it for you. So they are pretending to be the real company, and they're trying to give them some sensitive information. So give us the last four digits of your ATM card. Let's help you. Or whatever it is, give us your PIN, give us. So you are being tricked. The company is not the problem. You are the one being tricked to reveal sensitive information. Or someone's talking to you, deceiving you to release sensitive information, is gathering that information to be able to create a fake identity of you. So that's an identity attack when somebody tries to pretend to be you because he has so much information about you and is pretending to be you to create or to perform an attack. So this has been proven to be very effective over the years. So it's always good to, in security management, to do things like network monitoring at all times, security auditing at all times, check for your security at all times if it is intact. Then it's also good to have an incident response plan, then follow the incident response procedure of the company in case of a potential breach or suspicious activity. However, this is much you can take for this class. I believe you enjoyed every bit of it and join me in the next class. Thank you.